This isn't just a missile attack. This is a system designed to overwhelm. What you're seeing in the sky, the streaks of light, the interceptions, the explosions, they look chaotic, unpredictable, but they're not. Because behind every launch, there is a structure, a doctrine, a long-term strategy built not just to strike, but to apply pressure over time. And that pressure is not measured in a single moment. It builds, wave after wave, decision after decision, because modern missile warfare is no longer about a single strike. It's about sustained engagement. And in that environment, even the most advanced defense systems are forced into something they were never designed for: continuous response, without pause, without reset, without certainty. But there's one critical factor that determines how long this can continue. A factor rarely discussed, a factor that changes everything. We'll come back to that. To understand what's happening, you have to look at the system behind it. Iran's missile program is not small. It is one of the largest in the Middle East, with thousands of missiles across different ranges. Short range, medium range, all designed to serve one purpose: deterrence through retaliation. But over time, that doctrine has evolved from deterrence to active battlefield use, and that shift changes everything. Because this is no longer about holding missiles in reserve, it's about using them in patterns, in sequences, in waves. Iran's strategy is built on three key elements: volume, distribution, and timing. Volume, to create saturation. Distribution, to avoid detection and destruction. And timing, to control the tempo of the conflict.
Oh my God!
Because no defense system, no matter how advanced, can operate without limits. When multiple threats appear at once, decisions must be made. What gets intercepted first? What gets delayed? And what gets through? And this is where the battlefield begins to change. Not in a single moment, but gradually. Because the more pressure you apply, the more the system is forced to adapt. And adaptation under pressure always comes at a cost. And that hidden factor we mentioned earlier, it's not speed, it's not range, it's sustainability. Because Iran's strategy is not designed to win in one strike. It's designed to continue, even after losses, even after interception, because as long as launches continue, pressure continues. And this is what makes the strategy dangerous. Not the first wave, not the second, but the accumulation. Because every interception consumes resources. Every response takes time. And over time, those costs begin to add up. And when that happens, systems don't fail instantly. They degrade, slowly, quietly, until response times shorten, decision windows shrink, and small gaps begin to appear. And in modern warfare, small gaps are enough, because a single breakthrough can shift perception, it can change confidence, and it can force new decisions on both sides of the conflict. And this is why the world is watching, because this is not just a regional conflict, it is a demonstration, a real-world test of how modern warfare is evolving. Military planners are studying this, because the question is no longer who has the strongest system, but who has the most endurance. Because if one of the most advanced defense networks in the world can be pushed to this level, then the implications extend far beyond this conflict. This becomes a blueprint, a model, a signal that sustained pressure may be more effective than overwhelming force. And now the question changes. Not who strikes first, but who can endure under continuous pressure. Because what comes next may not be just missiles, but systems designed to go even further. Faster, smarter, harder to detect. And when that happens, defense itself may have to evolve again, or risk being left behind. If you want more in-depth military analysis like this, subscribe and stay informed. And let me know in the comments. Do you think modern defense systems can truly sustain this level of pressure?
אחי, נפילות של החיים בנבטים. נפילות בנבטים, אחי. נפילות קשות בנבטים, שומע? וואו, 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 וואו! וואו! הכל נופל לנבטים, אני אומר לך, מתקפה אחת החזקות. אימא'לה, אימא'לה.
הוכנס חולה לחדר ההלם. צוות לחדר ההלם.